In March of 2025, I finally completed my indie game and released it on Steam. My development journey had taught me not to expect anything. I was already used to one view here, one like there. When I was finally done, I felt a powerful mix of emotion that I still struggle to explain. I felt like I didn't recognize myself anymore. I'd gotten so used to trying and failing at things that I couldn't remember what it felt like to achieve a goal. Something I had pushed down for years was clawing at the door, and I felt like I needed to do something, say something, but I didn't know what. So I turned on my microphone, and all the words just fell out. I slapped the recording together with some video clips and uploaded it to YouTube for no one in particular. I figured maybe 30 people would ever see it. Yet even that might be too many. Moments after uploading, I hovered over the delete button. I just wanted to get whatever I was feeling off my chest, but I was afraid. The honesty in my video left me feeling totally naked. I decided to leave the video up. No one would see it anyway, and I could always delete it tomorrow. So I took a deep breath, turned off my computer, and I went to bed. 1,000 views overnight. Views, likes, and comments galore. I was speechless. It wasn't the view count that shook me though. It was the comment section. People had poured in from all over to post their support. As the days went by, it only seemed to snowball. 1,000 views became 5, 5,000 became 10, then 20, 30. The like to dislike ratio was something like 3,000 to 27, and the comments were nothing but an outpouring of kindness, warmth, and support. They said my story was uplifting and inspirational. I had no idea. I had made the video out of instinct, like some automatic pressure release valve had popped after 20 years of chugging along. The positivity was so absolute that even a couple viewers asked if I had been removing negative comments. I hadn't. There were only maybe 2 out of over 200. I didn't know what to make of it. I'd never seen anything like it. Where were all the angry internet people? I thought of the story of the old lady in the dirty window. How for years she sat in her house, looking out the window at a dirty world. The world she saw through that window was so dirty that she never wanted to go outside, so she died alone in her room. The next day the cleaners came, and they cleaned the dirtiest window they had ever seen. Had I been like the old lady in the story, looking through my dirty window and thinking the problem was what I saw through the grime? I didn't have too much time to bask in the YouTube glory though. There was still work to be done. Not only had people left encouragement, but many had actually picked up copies of my game, and they were actually playing it. I was so excited I didn't know what to do, so I just busied myself with bug reports until the reviews began to appear. I'll say this outright, this is not a perfect game. That being said, it's a passion project, and it shows. While there were times that I was confused on what to do, it's incredibly fun. The game definitely shines in its story, gameplay, and many hidden secrets and flavor of dialogue. The characters are also just charming, and not just the main characters, but the side characters as well. And while the clashing art styles were a little off-putting at first, the game more than makes up for it with all of its other great elements combined. The humor in this game is also great. There's this one D&D joke that just made me wheeze. In my opinion, this game is worth more of your time, and I'm grateful to have gotten the chance to experience it. I'll definitely keep playing, even after I finish the game. It's just that fun. I thought to myself, well, that's it. I've won at game deving, but of course that wasn't the case. I was just happy that someone had played my game and they didn't feel like their time had been wasted. And little did I know, it wouldn't stop there. A couple of players made it a point to really dive on in. I didn't know them personally, but they struck me as possibly older, possibly coders or developers themselves. It felt as if I was being taken under wing as they messaged their honest feedback and critiques, helping me to pinpoint any weaknesses. I hadn't had this kind of engagement at any point during development, and as I woke up each morning to check the numbers, browse for reports, and process feedback, I realized I had entered into a new stage in the indie development cycle. I'm sure there are devs who produce a game and leave it at that, but I felt incredibly thankful for the opportunity to learn about managing a project in the post-release phase in such a hands-on kind of way. As I worked, the numbers began to trickle in, and after 45 days, the breakdown looked like this. Roughly 30,000 views had started an interesting trickle-down effect. From those views, approximately 4,000 likes, 600 comments, and 1,000 subscribers translated into about 1,700 wish lists and almost 300 copies sold. That's about 45 days after I posted my first video, and about 60 days after release. The momentum has already slowed, for the algorithm giveth and the algorithm taketh away. But I'm utterly fascinated by the whole experience. I read recently that in the past 5 years, about 41,000 indie games have been released on Steam, and yet only half of those have ever hit $500 in sales. To be honest, I don't really have any concept of where I stand or how I'm doing. What I do know is what it's like to spend years working on something while the people around you go on about their lives. It's almost done, you say for years to polite smiles, wondering if you'll ever amount to anything at all. I'm not pulling big numbers or getting rich or anything like that, but between the views and the sales and the subscriptions, I've noticed a different look in the eyes of the people close to me, a different energy behind their smiles that leaves me wondering, is this what it's like when someone believes in you? So to everyone who watched my other video, to everyone who bought a copy of the game, to everyone who liked, commented, or subscribed, you may think that you only clicked a button, or typed a sentence, or swiped a card, but you did so much more. You showed me that I was not a fool to dream, and you've made my game a smash hit to me. And so I just wanted to say, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.